Hello humans, it's me Evermore Sol and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're going to be doing a collective intuitive message with cards, of course, for the full moon in Aquarius happening on July 23rd. So I already am getting some downloads and messages regarding the full moon, especially with it happening in the sign of Aquarius, which is tied to the 11th house and its ruler being Uranus. I feel like a lot of us are going to be breaking away from what society expects of us to either be or to do, and we're really going to be breaking away from that energy and more so focusing on what it is we want, especially being in Leo season, focusing on what it is we want to do, focus on who it is we want to be. And I think that's the major thing, is who it is we want to be, not what your parents say you should be, not what your friends think you should be, not what your significant other thinks you should be, but really just focusing on what it is you want from life and really keying in on that, narrowing down on what that definition is for you, and simply moving forward with that definition in mind, with this path in mind of who you want to be and what you want to achieve. So before even starting, I do want to take the time to just do a couple of a little bit of singing with the singing bowl. So if you have headphones, you may want to turn it down. Just simply asking Spirit what it is we need to know for this full moon in Aquarius for the collective. What should we be focusing on for this full moon? What energy should we be embodying? What should we be releasing? Okay, much better. So now we've done that, I'm going to go ahead and shuffle some cards. Starting off, I am really feeling called to shuffle from this deck first and foremost. Just seeing what Spirit has to say. Humility, allow me, divine, to always accept the right assistance. I welcome your help in every way and delight in receiving it. So it's easier said than done to make the decision to go down the path that you desire, to make the decision to break away from what the collective in society is expecting from you as a person, and instead choosing the path that you wish to go down. It's easier said than done, and you have to have a little humility. You may have to ask, like, Spirit, I'm worried about what other people may think if I decide that I don't want to be a doctor, instead I want to be a fashion designer, just things like that. Or I got my degree in business, but actually I don't even want to do business, I just want to run a bakery. And I really see a lot of us having to have some humility with what we thought we wanted, but realizing that it wasn't even about what we thought we wanted. It was about like what was being put onto us, what was expected to us, and we kind of conformed to it. We have guidance, and instead we're now allowing our hearts to guide us to what our actual passions are, to what it is we want to seek within life. You have this butterfly right here I'm not surprised. This butterfly right here, a lot of us are undergoing transformations in our careers, I'm hearing, in love life for some, and also in terms of familiar relationships, like relationships regarding your family, like them just having this idea of what you're supposed to be, who you're supposed to be, what journey you're supposed to follow, and simply breaking away from that and just saying, like, hey, I'm my own person, and while I appreciate everything you've done for me, I need you to recognize that I am my own person. I am a living human being, and what I desire is what I'm going to go after. I'm going to break away from conforming to either what the family has done for generations or in the past, or what is expected of me, and I'm going to pursue what my heart and spirit is calling me to. We are receiving. Every day it becomes easier to receive the highest divine plan and to trust my inner guidance. There's so much guidance coming up. A lot of us are breaking away from, like I said, this whole conformity thing of society, of what we think we should be acting as, and instead of just working towards that, breaking away from it. And think about it, Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius. And I love to call Uranus the wild child of astrology because it's going to do what it wants to do. And that's exactly what's happening. We have new moon eclipse. Expect powerful change. So if things have been feeling a little bit stagnant in your life, that's about to go. We have new moon in Scorpio. Work through your fears. And as I was saying, you know, it's not easy just saying like, you know, I know this is the path that was laid out for me by society and by my family. I know a lot of people were expecting me to do this. I know I've dedicated this amount of time to this specific path because I conform to it. But instead, just saying, you know what? I'm going to work through this fear of facing the unknown because this is where I'm feeling led and guided in my heart and by spirit. And that's what I'm going to go for. Because I know at the end of the day, that's what's going to bring me true happiness. It's that simple. Waning moon, what do you need to release? So maybe you need to go ahead and release some misconceptions you have about fear. I have a couple of things going on with fear. I notice fear. Usually when I'm feeling fearful is one or two things. A, I'm fearful for a reason, or B, I'm fearful because I know that my life is going to change if I move forward with the decision. Even if it's the decision that's best for me, change it in and of itself, it's scary. It's scary because as humans, we fear the unknown. But just because you fear something doesn't mean it's a bad thing. We also have choice. And I want you to just look at all these bubbles that they are going. There are so many choices that you can make. There's an abundance of opportunities. I think I spoke about this on Instagram. How life, when we really get down to the nitty-gritty of it, it's not even a competition because there's not a lack of anything. There's not a lack of money. There's not a lack of joy. There's not a lack of opportunities, of choices. You will always have opportunities and choices, always. Society wants us to feel as if there isn't enough choices or opportunities, so we can feel like we're narrowed down in this little box and we don't have a lot of movement. Ooh. They want us to feel like we don't have a lot of movement, but in reality, we do. Receive healing. I'm picking up on some archangels. Gabrielle, is that you? Yeah. So some of you may also need to do some healing at this time because it's very, very hard to grow and expand as a person if you're in a lot of pain. That's just the truth. You can't grow and expand if you're in a lot of pain because it's going to always be holding you back in some way, shape, or form. So I see a lot of you do need to undergo some healing at this time as well. It's going to be very hard to change, to move with what your spirit is telling you, what your heart is telling you to do. If you are constantly worried about, well, I remember in the past when I did this, this happened. Or I remember when I didn't conform in the past, I remember I had to go through this traumatic experience. You need to let go of your pain in order to be able to move forward, because your pain is often, we don't think about this, it's linked to other areas of your life. Say for instance, you didn't conform with a certain religion, so you know that from pushed onto you by your family, so they called you all types of nasty names, and now you try to appear religious or whatever. This is just an example. You are now scared to appear in a different way regarding your religious beliefs or your spiritual beliefs because of what you experienced in the past. You have to heal from that. You have to heal from that. I think a lot of us, yeah, it makes sense because we have learning, but it's also, it doesn't surprise me that this is a child. A lot of us build up a lot of fear and pain during our childhood. Not all of our fear and pain, but a lot of us is built up during childhood, and you really need to tend to that inner child. I think I spoke about this on my TikTok reading for the full moon in Aquarius. Yeah, so check that out. But I spoke about how working through the trauma and the pain collected during your childhood and tending to your inner child is going to help you break away from what you believe you need to conform to regarding the collective and what has been pushed and conformed onto you. Because when you realize that as we grow as adults, A lot of us we spend a lot of time unpacking things that we experience as children. And I see that happening, unpacking a lot of things you experience as a child in order to move and transform into this new phase of your life. Well, you feel so free that you feel you can be the person you've always truly been and are meant to be. But you have to release this childhood pain first in order to recognize how freeing life is. In order to recognize how much freedom you have now, where you are right now. Okay, so Spirit is really speaking. I just want to do a couple more tarot cards, but Spirit is really speaking. This message is coming through so clearly. Look at that, 9 of air. Look at that, 5 of water, Tower in reverse. Just heard there's no use crying over spilled milk. That's a lot of cards, so I'm going to reshuffle. What else does Spirit have to say? Because I know y'all have to say one more thing. That card wanted to come out, so I'm gonna 6 of water. Not surprising. So if you don't know, this is 6 of cups, 5 of cups, 9 of swords, and the Tower in reverse. So let's break this down. 6 of water, 6 of cups. It's always referring to the past in some shape, way, or form. I went on this whole schmeal about how we need to let go of the pain and trauma we've experienced as children, tending to our inner child, for some even going to therapy to overcome those things in order to move into this new phase of your life. We also have 5 of water, and they're literally cups spilled over. A lot of us, and I'm calling it myself, need to realize that the past is the past. And just because something happened then does not mean it's going to happen in the future. It doesn't mean, this is what the future entails just because it happened in the past. We're gonna have to do a lot of learning about how the way the world really operates and not how we think it operates. And that's gonna be by unlearning a lot of things that we processed and internalized as children. The children thing keeps coming up a lot. 9 of air. Just so over it. So over the pain and the constant, I heard, cycle of these ups and downs of life. You just want to be up for a while is what I'm hearing. You just want to be up. Things have been crazy. The Tower in reverse, and this is a collective reading. And when you think about how society has been, I mean, it's been crazy since like January 2020, literally. And a lot of us are just ready for, I feel like, this transformation to truly be free. And the literalist, the truest, that's the word, there we go, the truest way possible. In freedom, when I ask Spirit what freedom is the ability to grow and expand, and I'm hearing have a metamorphosis in a way that allows you to pursue all of your dreams and desires. And I see again how we're going to get to this point is by letting go of things we internalized, processed, conformed to as children. Realizing that we are no longer children, we have control over our lives, and we just simply don't have to do what other people say or expect of us. Because at the end of the day, they are other people. They are not us as individuals. So I don't have to do anything you tell me to. And it's that simple. It's that simple. Now you may have to, modify some things if it's a significant other because you're in a partnership together, but parents, family, friends, society, boss, employer, they don't dictate your life at all. They just don't. You dictate your life. And all you have to do is realize that. Leo season, even a little bit before Leo season, I've been feeling very, very confident. It's been like this confidence boost in myself, in my decision making, and things I want to pursue. It's really been like nothing has been held back. And I think a lot of us are going to be moving into that energy, because a lot of us, again, are just saying, you know what, forget all this stuff I internalized. I know where my spirit and my heart wants to lead me. And I'm going to release everything that has been buried in my chest that's preventing my heart from being free. And I say that because I am seeing this green, so it's giving me that heart chakra energy. I'm going to release all these things that I buried deep within my heart to conform, to fit in, to feel like I belong. And I am just going to be the beautiful, amazing soul that I am meant to be. And it's that simple. So this was the collective reading for the full moon in Aquarius. If you enjoyed it, make sure you like and subscribe. If you want to see more of my content, make sure to follow me over on Instagram and TikTok. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Have a beautiful life. Have a blessed day. Smile and be happy. That's all I really have to say.